Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today we're jumping back into the festival playlist for the autumn season and series 29, grabbing 80% completion, unlocking all the rewards along the way. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We're trying to reach 15,000 subscribers. Let's go complete this week's festival playlist. And before we jump into this week's Autumn Festival playlist, I want to cast my vote in this week's Horizon Backstage. We've got the Ford Mustang S5 up against Mercedes-Benz GT4. I've seen both of these cars available a bunch of times in the Festival playlist and the Forzathon shop. So I'm basing this on the one that I prefer more. So I'm going to go for the Ford Mustang S5. And that's my vote locked in for the Ford Mustang S5, along with 61% of players also voting for the S5. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's festival playlist and the autumn season for Series 29. Rewards this week for 50% completion, the BMW 850 CSI, a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4. For 80% completion, the HSV GTS. For this week's online trial, Fast or Last, we've got the Maserati MC12 Corsa 2008. For this week's Playground Games, or the Autumn Games, the Maserati Ghibli 2014. And then our rewards for the 3 seasonal championships, the Renault Megane R.S 2018. We've got the AMC Rebel, and then the Ferrari 288 GO. And we are kicking off the autumn season at 37% complete already, having completed the weekly Forzathon challenges grand prize. There's a video on the channel and a link in the description below how to get that done. That is worth 15% towards our autumn season. We have one daily challenge completed, Adrenaline Rush, that is worth 1% towards our autumn season. And we also have monthly rivals, one clean lap. It doesn't need to be fast, it doesn't need to be good, just needs to be clean. That is worth 6%. And we have online ranked adventure, or Series 29 complete as well. That is worth 15% towards our autumn season. To complete online ranked adventure or Series 29, hop into your pause menu, slide on over to the online adventure tab, and ranked online adventure in the middle at the bottom. If this is locked for you, play through some quick play adventure, reach tier 3, and ranked online adventure will become unlocked. Once inside this tab, pick a category and stick with it. Complete your required amount of qualifying adventures, and that's ranked online adventure or Series 29 completed. So to reach 80% completion in today's video, we'll be completing the 3 seasonal championships, 3 PR stunts, and we'll be kicking things off with this week's photo challenge, Scotland the Brave. Take a photo of your car with the Scott Monument in Edinburgh. This week's photo challenge location is located in Edinburgh, and the Scott Monument is located at the end of the high street just here. So once you have your chosen vehicle and you are at the Scott Monument, hit up on the D-pad to enter photo mode. Make sure you have your car and monument in frame, hit RB, and that's this week's photo challenge completed. Photo contains your car, photo contains Scott Monument, for a reward of 1 super wheel spin and 1,000 influence. With this week's photo challenge now complete, that is worth 3% towards your autumn season. Let's move on to the 3 PR stunts, kicking things off with the rail yard ramp danger sign. The rail yard ramp is located at the Express Rail Yard, and we're looking for a seasonal objective of 774.3 feet. For this week's danger sign, I'm breaking out the 1992 Bugatti EB110 Supersport, running 1,467 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 1.7 million credits. If you'd like to use the tunes of any of the cars shown in today's video, just search my gamer tag Skippy4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Here we go then in the Bugatti EB110, this week's danger sign, starting the other side of the train tracks, sort of in the middle of a field, but let's let it rip. Danger sign is dead ahead, you can just see it in the distance. Fairly bumpy run up because I can make this danger sign quite tricky. With about 150 going off the ramp. There is a train carriage on landing, so hard on the brakes. 917.0 feet, 3 stars, and seasonal objective complete. I got quite lucky there, that didn't fail. Sometimes when you hit that train car, it can fail. So maybe bring it back a little bit, 140 maybe, and you'll get this danger sign complete. With this week's danger sign, rail yard ramp completed. That is worth 6% towards our autumn season. Let's move on to our next PR stunt, Old Town Speed Trap. The Old Town Speed Trap is located in sort of the south area of Edinburgh, and we're looking for a season objective of 210 miles an hour. For this week's Old Town Speed Trap, most hypercars will be able to get this complete no problem, but we're taking the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador LP700-4 running 1,515 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 310,000 credits. Here we go then in the Aventador. No tricks with this week's Speed Trap, just a nice big run up. So here we go, 210 miles an hour. Let the 1,500 horsepower Lambo do the work. Let's go, let's go. We're almost at the desired speed. It's 230. Almost binned it. Keep going. 232.85 straight into a BMW, and seasonal objective completed. And with this week's Speed Trap now complete, that's actually worth 7% towards our autumn season, bringing us up to 53% completion, unlocking the fantastic BMW 850 CSI. Let's go ahead and complete our third and final PR stunt, Forest Green Speed Zone. The Forest Green Speed Zone is located just north of Slate Quarry, and we're looking for a seasonal objective of 115 miles an hour. For this week's Speed Zone, I'm breaking out the 1990 Mercedes-Benz 190e Evolution 2, running 761 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 150,000 credits. Here we go then in the 190e, a fairly big run up to get a nice entry speed, get that average speed as high as we can going in. One corner to deal with, average speed way above what we need for the target. 190e taking it in its stride, and across the line, 132.11 miles an hour, 3 stars, seasonal objective completed. And with this week's Speed Zone now complete, that's worth another 7% towards our autumn season. Just the 3 seasonal championships to go. I'm going to go ahead and get these done, and I'll meet you back here with what I used and what they entail. And with all 3 seasonal championships now complete, 2 of them being worth 7%, 1 of them being worth 6%, so 20% in total. We also picked up 1 daily challenge called Slipstreaming, worth another 1%. We finished up on 81% completion, unlocking the HSV GTS. We also hit the 50% completion for the series completion bonus, unlocking 1 Horizon Backstage Pass to unlock a car at the Horizon Backstage. Let's go ahead and take a look at all 3 seasonal championships in a bit more detail. First seasonal championship on this week's festival playlist, Concrete Jungle. We're in the road racing series over 3 events, all of them circuit races, and weirdly we've got a cross-country race chucked in there as well. We're 11.1 miles in length, any hot hatch as long as it is in Class B 700 for a tasty reward of the Renault Megane R.S. Plenty of hot hatches to choose from, but for this championship I broke out the 2010 Renault Clio R.S. running 260 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for as cheap as 25,000 credits. The second season championship for this week's festival playlist, City Slicker, again in the road racing series over 3 events, 2 sprint and 1 circuit. Again 11.1 miles in length for any classic muscle car as long as it's in Class C600 for a tasty reward of the AMC Rebel. There are plenty of classic muscle cars to choose from for this championship. I went with the 1973 Holden HQ Monaro GTS 350, running 332 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for as little as 75,000 credits. The third and final season championship for this week's festival playlist, Street Cred. We're in the street scene series over 3 events, all of them sprint races at 12.1 miles in length through any retro supercar as long as it's in Class A 800 for a tasty reward of the Ferrari 280 GTO. There are just a handful of retro supercars to choose from. I went with the 2003 Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale running 430 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 200,000 credits. And that is the autumn season and this week's festival playlist done, 81% complete, reaching and unlocking the BMW 850 CSI and the HSV GTS, who completed this week's FORZA challenge, this week's weekly FORZA-thon challenges, 2 daily challenges with 3 PR stunts, 3 seasonal championships, monthly rivals, and online ranked adventure. If you have any questions about this week's festival playlist, do hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. Also, let me know where you're spending your backstage pass. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We do this every single week. Stay safe, guys, and have an awesome day.